Imagine cruising the deep blue hunters of the seas, the majestic great white shark. Top of the food chain, these beasts can grow up to 20 feet long, with a weight of over 2,000 pounds. Powerful swimmers, they can reach speeds of 15 miles per hour and leap up to 10 feet out of water when hunting. Their senses? Razor sharp. They can detect a single drop of blood in 25 gallons of water. And their teeth? About 300 of them, in multiple rows, always ready for the next meal. Great white sharks employ various hunting techniques to capture their prey. They often use an underwater approach, swimming just a few feet away from their target, before launching a quick attack by rapidly moving their head to the surface to grab the prey. In some instances, they breach the water entirely when attacking from below, a phenomenon observed mainly in South Africa. Additionally, great whites may use a surface charge approach, swimming partly above the surface before bursting towards their prey, or the inverted method where they swim on their back towards the prey, although this is rarely seen. The first bite by a great white shark serves to disable the prey, initiating exsanguinations, bleeding to death, to prevent further injuries to the shark during the hunt. These sharks are known for their keen senses, with an acute sense of smell that can detect blood from significant distances and powerful hearing that can pick up sounds up to 1 kilometer away. Their vision allows them to see about 50 meters underwater, aiding in their hunting strategies. They primarily feed on seals, sea lions, dolphins, elephant seals, turtles, seabirds, and large fish like salmon and other sharks. They have been observed taking a massive bite and waiting for their victim to bleed to death. These sharks often approach their prey from below and attack from behind, using their speed and powerful jaws to incapacitate their target. Great whites are skilled hunters that have evolved over millions of years to become apex predators in marine ecosystems. Great white sharks locate their prey using a combination of highly developed senses. Their acute sense of smell allows them to detect a single drop of blood in 10 billion drops of water, with the ability to smell blood from 0.4 kilometers away. This keen sense of smell helps them track down potential prey. Additionally, great white sharks have lateral lines running down each side of their body, enabling them to detect vibrations or pulses in the water. When hunting, great white sharks rely on their vision to spot prey. They can see about 50 meters underwater, aiding in their hunting strategies. These sharks often approach their prey from below and attack from behind, using their speed and powerful jaws to incapacitate their target. The coloration of great white sharks, with a white underside and gray dorsal area, helps them blend in with the environment and break up their outline when seen from the side, making it difficult for prey to spot them. Overall, great white sharks are skilled hunters that have evolved over millions of years to become apex predators in marine ecosystems, utilizing their senses and physical adaptations to locate and capture prey effectively. To have a better grasp of how great whites hunt, let's take a deeper look at the shark's 7 senses. Scent, magnificent white. The most keen sense in sharks is scent. They have a 0.4 kilometers detection range and can detect the scent of a single blood drop floating in 10 billion droplets of water. On the bottom of its nose are paired nostrils that open into an organ known as the olfactory bulb. Water constantly passes through the nose, providing the shark with sensory information through smell. Shark nostrils are unrelated to breathing and not even attached to the mouth, in contrast to human nostrils. Hearing. Sharks have 2 tiny apertures either on top of their heads or behind and above their eyes, which makes it difficult to notice their external ears. Despite their little size, ears possess great power. There are cells within that have the ability to detect noises up to a kilometer away, and even the smallest tremor in the nearby water. Sharks also have an ear stone that reacts to gravity, indicating to the animal whether it is head down, head up, right side up, or upside down in the water. Vision. Great white sharks typically have a submerged vision of roughly 50 meters. Its retina is split into 2 sections, one for daytime vision and the other for low light and night vision. When a great white shark feels threatened or attacks anything on the water's surface, it can also roll its eye backward into its socket to defend itself. Although it was often thought that great whites could not see at night, great whites also use their sight to hunt at night. Vision. Great white sharks typically have a submerged vision of roughly 50 meters. Its retina is split into two sections, one for daytime vision and the other for low light and night vision. When a great white shark feels threatened or attacks anything on the water's surface, it can also roll its eye backward into its socket to defend itself. Although it was often thought that great whites could not see at night, great whites also use their sight to hunt at night. Touch. Since great white sharks lack hands, they must detect and feel unfamiliar objects with their mouths in order to decide whether or not they may be food. Electroreception. Sharks have a unique sensitivity that allows them to detect electrical fields and impulses through their nose. The shark's nose contains ampullae of Lorenzini, which are gel-filled cells that detect electrical currents and their direction. Sharks may navigate the water by following magnetic fields that overlap the Earth's crust, according to scientific research. Great white sharks have a strong sense of touch through the lateral line, which runs from the tail to the head. All fish have a lateral line composed of cells that detect vibrations in the water, such as those caused by struggling fish or seals. Sharks can detect prey movement from up to 200 meters away, including its direction. Ways of hunting sharks use their noses, hearing, and other senses to pursue prey. But the great white shark mostly relies on its eyesight. They will see a seal and begin their ambush attack underwater. Previously, scientists tested their vision by presenting sharks with a square board cutout and a seal-shaped board cutout. The great white shark showed a preference for the familiar seal shape, making more passes and small grabs towards it. Typically, the great white would inspect any provided object. Sharks have a natural interest to explore susceptible items for food, which is why swimmers should avoid shark-infested seas alone. Once the shark has selected something to attack, it will begin its approach. Scientists have found various methods in which the great white shark approaches its prey. The most commonly employed strategy is underwater. The shark swims below the surface, only a few feet away from its victim. The predator attacks fast, pushing its head to the surface to catch its victim. The breaching behavior of sharks, when the entire body emerges from the water to strike from below, is unique to South Africa. The great white shark seldom uses the inverted approach, which involves swimming on its back towards prey. The initial bite has numerous key roles. Most critically, it aims to disable the target. Seals are quick and aggressive, often biting and clawing sharks to defend themselves. The shark's initial bite initiates exsanguination or bleeding to death, which prevents additional damage while hunting. Sharks have been observed to take a bite, wait for the pinniped to bleed to death, and then return to consume the carcass. The bite must appeal to the shark's delicate palate, since they may reject prey. It's unclear if sharks choose their prey primarily on taste, or if they can assess the fatty content of the meal to determine if it's worth the extra energy expended during the search. Great white sharks are outstanding hunters, as evidenced by all available information. Over millions of years, these predators have evolved to be extremely adept and clever, maintaining their place at the top of the marine food chain and the health of the seas. Fascinating, isn't it? The great white, a true marvel of nature. But remember, they're more threatened by us than we are by them. Want to know more? Dive into the deep end, subscribe and keep exploring the wonders of our oceans.